The plan no one was supposed to know. For years, the world believed the Royal Navy was simply patrolling the seas, a silent guardian. A historic fleet doing routine operations. But beneath the surface, literally, a secret war plan was unfolding. A plan built not on fear, but on preparation. Because inside the corridors of Whitehall, inside the briefing rooms of the Royal Navy, one truth had resurfaced. Russia was rising again. And the UK knew that to survive the next conflict, it needed a strategy more advanced, more hidden, and more unpredictable than ever before. This is the story of the Royal Navy's hidden war plan against Russia. A plan shaped by submarines, satellites, cyber warfare, and a network of allies determined to keep Europe safe at any cost. 1. The shadow of the bear. After the annexation of Crimea and rising tensions in Eastern Europe, UK intelligence began noticing something alarming. Russian submarines were pushing deeper and deeper into the North Atlantic, probing undersea cables, mapping sea lanes, and testing NATO response speeds. MI6 delivered a chilling report. If conflict begins, the first strike won't be on land. It'll be under the ocean. The Royal Navy immediately revived a Cold War doctrine. Protect the Atlantic at all costs. Because if Russia could sever communication cables or control sea routes, NATO would be blind and split apart. The UK decided to prepare for the worst, quietly. 2. Operation Trident Shield. Behind closed doors, the Royal Navy launched a classified mission known only to senior commanders. Operation Trident Shield. Its goal was simple. Stay invisible. Stay unpredictable. Stay ready. Under this plan, 1. Nuclear submarines were redeployed into hidden patrol routes. These weren't ordinary subs. These were Vanguard-class and the incoming Dreadnought-class, each carrying Trident nuclear missiles capable of reaching Russia in minutes. 2. Hunter-killer subs began tracking Russian movements. Astute-class submarines, silent, deadly, and almost impossible to detect, started tailing Russian Akula and Yazan-class subs across the cold waters of the Arctic and North Atlantic. 3. New drone-based reconnaissance was added. Unmanned underwater vehicles began scanning unknown territories and intercepting signals Russia hoped were hidden. The message was clear. If you're watching us, we're watching you closer. 3. The naval arsenal of the future. While the public saw speeches and ceremonies, the Royal Navy was quietly building something else entirely. A future fleet designed specifically for a potential showdown with Russia. Type 26 frigates. Built for anti-submarine warfare, Russia's greatest strength. These ships could detect a submarine breathing miles away. Type 45 destroyers. Armed with world-leading radar, able to track hundreds of aircraft and missiles at once. The Queen Elizabeth-class carriers. Floating cities of firepower, each capable of launching dozens of F-35 stealth jets. Jets that could infiltrate Russian airspace without ever appearing on radar. Hypersonic defense systems in development. Because Russia's biggest threat wasn't its tanks, it was its hypersonic missiles. The UK began designing counterstrike and detection systems years before the public even knew the threat existed. Every ship, every jet, every submarine was being positioned for a war the Navy prayed would never come. 4. Silent battles in the dark. While politicians traded speeches, the real conflict was happening in silence. Cyber warfare. GCHQ and Royal Navy cyber units detected thousands of Russian attempts to infiltrate UK systems. Power grids, military communications, even hospital networks. In response, Britain created a digital fleet. Cyber teams capable of launching offensive operations far beyond the seas. Satellite surveillance. Classified British satellites began tracking Russian naval bases, missile tests, and Arctic deployments 24/7. Silent intercepts. Multiple times, Royal Navy submarines intercepted Russian communication signals deep underwater. Signals Russia believed were secure. These were battles with no gunfire. But they were battles nonetheless. 5. NATO's secret agreement. The UK knew it could not face Russia alone. So it pushed NATO into a hidden agreement. If Russia makes a move in the Arctic or Atlantic, the Royal Navy leads the first response. This meant British subs, ships, and aircraft would be the tip of the spear. And behind them, the US Navy, Norwegian military, and Canadian forces would form a rapid reaction shield stretching across the entire Northern Hemisphere. This Northern Shield alliance was never publicly announced, but it became one of the most powerful deterrents against Russian expansion. 6. The crisis that almost started a war. In late 2024, something happened that nearly triggered the Royal Navy's war plan. A Russian submarine slipped dangerously close to UK territorial waters. For 13 hours, a cat-and-mouse chase unfolded under the ocean. Royal Navy commanders prepared a message they hoped to never send. Activate Trident Shield. Astute-class submarines were ordered to flank the intruder. Type 23 frigates moved into position. RAF patrol aircraft circled overhead. Then suddenly, the Russian sub changed course and fled. No missiles. No confrontación. Just silent recognition. Both sides understood how close they had come, and the Royal Navy knew its secret strategy had worked. 7. Why the plan remains hidden. The UK doesn't reveal the full scale of its preparation for one reason. A silent enemy is harder to defeat. If Russia doesn't know where British submarines are, if it doesn't know which cables are protected, if it doesn't know how fast NATO can respond, then it hesitates. And hesitation is the greatest weapon of peace. Ending the war that never happened. Today, the Royal Navy's hidden plan remains active. Patrols continue. Cyber teams remain on alert. Satellites watch the Arctic night and the cold waters of the North Atlantic. This isn't a plan built for conquest. It's a plan built for survival. A plan that ensures if war ever begins, Britain will not be caught in the dark. This is the story of the Royal Navy's hidden war plan against Russia. A plan the world was never meant to see, but one that protects millions every single day.